What's going on, folks? Nick Sanchez here, and we are back at it again with another quick review. So today we got a 2024 Mazda 3 Hatchback Carbon Edition. Let me go ahead and read off some of the specs here for you. It's going to come with a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine, going to give you about 26 city, 33 highway. Horsepower is going to be at 191 at 6,000 RPMs, torque at 186 at 4,000 RPMs, a curb weight of 3,285, and a 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds. Now I have this one in this beautiful polymetal gray with the red interior. But before getting further into the review, shout out to Roger Beasley Mazda, located in Austin, Texas, for giving me a chance to use the vehicle. If you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle and live in the Austin area, we got 3 convenient locations here for you. You can also check out the inventory at rogerbeasleymazda.com, and I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description down below. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get right into the review. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and get right into the review with the quick walk around. So we're in the back here. We got Mazda 3 all-wheel badging on the left-hand side, Skyactiv G on the right-hand side. Beautiful Mazda logo right here. You got your rear windshield wiper, nice little spoiler up top with the third brake light. And then down below, we do have the dual exhaust tips right there for you. Let's go ahead and back on up and check out the sides. Now you got this Mazda 3 Hatch Carbon Edition in its tried and true polymetal gray with the nice 18-inch black alloy wheels, blacked out side mirrors. And let's go ahead and take a peek into the front. Once again, I'm always a big fan of these Mazda grills. The way they're just sleek, modern, and command a presence out on the road. Let's go ahead and pan around to the other side. Nice LED headlights. Very clean look. I know some people are not a fan of this hatchback style, but others are. I am in that boat of being a fan myself. So go ahead, pan around right to the back, and let's go ahead and get into the trunk. Well, before doing so, here's the key fob. Mazda, nothing in the back, and on the side, lock, unlock, and emergency button. You will have a rubber notch underneath the Mazda logo to access the trunk. So let's go ahead and do that for you. And here's the trunk space. You got this nice little privacy screen. The seats do fold down 60-40 split. You got the carpets back here. Let's go ahead and take a peek underneath. We got the donut and the jack right there. If you do need more space, just put those seats down. That way, you know, if you're carrying something, maybe a small paddle board or boogie boards or something like that, you'll have plenty of space. Up top, you can lock the doors from the inside right here. And this handle, just to pull it back. Looking at the rear passenger seats, when you open the door, you're greeted by this nice black rubberized material, accented by this black leather trim piece, and then red stitching that goes well with the red leather seats. And let's go ahead and take a seat inside. You got the center console, which is going to have some cup holders right here. And then taking a peek, you do have a view of the steering wheel, center console, and infotainment center up above the sunroof. And on the rear passenger seat, you do have a map pocket as well. Before getting into the driver's seat, the vehicle is locked. I got the key fob in hand, so it has the smart unlock. All I got to do is just toggle on the handle right there. And on the inner panel, you do have a similar setup from the rear, with the exception of the windows and the side mirror controllers. And then here is your driver's seat. Of course, it's a power seat with lumbar support. Now let's go ahead and hop on inside. Now we're finally behind the wheel of the 2024 Mazda 3 Hatchback Carbon Edition. On the bottom left-hand side, you do have access to your Skyactiv Sense technology, the skid control, memory seats, little secret compartment, and let's go ahead and turn it on. Foot on the brake, push start, let's go. Greeted by a couple of different screens here. Let's go ahead and check out the controllers behind the steering wheel. On the left-hand side, you got your light stem, right-hand side windshield wiper stem back here. Then you got your Bluetooth and info button right here, as well as the source button for the radio. And on the right-hand side, your smart radar cruise control options there. And let's go ahead and go over the gauges. Left-hand side, you got your RPMs, right, the speedometer. And then to the very right, you got your coolant, gas, electronic parking brake, seat belts. Looks like we got a low fuel symbol there as well. And then on the steering wheel, there's an info button. So let me zoom in here for you. When you click info, you got a couple of different options to kind of switch up that center display. Very nice. And one additional thing is the drive modes. You do have a sport mode here on the center console. All you got to do is just toggle up. Let me zoom in here for you. So when you toggle up, you'll see sport displayed on the left-hand side in orange. Toggle down, and you will be removed. Okay, so here's the 8.8-inch display here for the infotainment center. Now, the new thing for the 24 Carbon Editions is you'll finally have access to wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and put it into reverse, and that's what the screen looks like right there. An additional thing is on the side mirrors, let me go ahead and pan to the left. When you put it into reverse, mirror will automatically tilt down there for you. Besides that, nothing too crazy has changed. I mean, pretty much the traditional Mazda setup. So let's go ahead and take a step back and check out the overall layout here for the dashboard. You got this nice black rubberized material. You got this black leather trim all around the front, even to the sides, how it extends. That's a very nice touch, along with the complementary red stitching. Very beautiful. The AC vents are nicely integrated into the dash right there. And for the driver, you got this nice little AC cockpit setup with the vents faced towards you. Down below that, you got your AC setup, of course, dual climate control, your push start. You got dual heated seats. And then below that, another new addition is the wireless charging pad right here. And you got your cup holders, your center console with the shifter, sport mode, the knob for your infotainment setup, which is going to be the big knob for the menu, smaller one for the volume, a couple of hotkeys, your electronic parking brake, and auto hold. And going further into the black leather with the red stitching for the center console on both sides. As you can see, it is very nicely done. Let me see if I get a good angle of this. All the way down to the center storage here with that red stitching, just making it look very elegant in here. And for the center storage, there's going to be a little latch right here. You click up, slide back, and lift up, and you'll gain access to the center compartment right here. You'll have a little divider to divide up your goodies. And then over here, you have your SD card port and 2 USB-C ports as well. Panning up above, you do have your rear view mirror, your pilot lights, the button to your sunroof, sunglasses holder, and let's go ahead and check out the vanity for you. So here's the vanity. Slide it open, the light is right above, and then you do have an additional little extension, which is nice. Here's a peek of the passenger seat, which will be manually operated. It's not a power seat. And then your glove box for additional storage. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into the back seat. The front passenger seat is all the way back, so go ahead and get in here and get comfortable. It's a little snug back here. With this seat all the way back, knees are touching. I'm an average sized guy. For the headspace though, I do feel like I have a decent amount of headspace. Just for this person in front of me though, they would have to scooch forward in order to be comfortable. So aside from that, if I had plenty of space in the back here as a passenger, I'd say this would be a good little commuter car or maybe a quick road trip. I feel pretty comfortable back here. The seats feel great, and overall, not a bad experience. Looks like you can fit 2 full-size adults here comfortably. For this midsection, though, it's going to be a tight squeeze unless you have like a toddler sitting. For reference, here's the passenger seat still all the way back, and as you can see, knees touching. And here's a quick shot of the engine bay, that 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. Nice little blacked out Mazda engine cover there. Lights. Let's go ahead and talk about these beautiful lights. Nice LED setup. I do have the high beams on, that way we can kind of see a little bit better here in the daytime. The thin LED strip, which I'm always a fan of. And let's go ahead and take a peek at the side mirrors here. Same setup, very nicely done. And let's go ahead and check out the rear tail lights. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and get on a quick test drive. First things first, let's step on it. 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds, so let's go ahead and check it out. And we're just about there at, 60 miles an hour. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a turn up here, and I'm going to go over my personal opinion about the exterior, interior, and technology of the Mazda 3 hatch. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the exterior. For the Carbon Edition, I've always been a fan of the polymetal gray since its release, and the Mazda 3 hatch, I just love the shape, I love the design. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I just think it looks a lot more elegant than a traditional hatchback, especially if you look at the old generation of Mazda 3 hatchbacks. They were a little bit more clunkier, but of course they were in a different phase in the brand's life cycle. Nowadays, Mazda's going more towards the premium route, and it obviously shows with the way they designed it, and especially that front grille. I am a big fan of the 18-inch black alloy wheels, and I do like how it ties together with the blacked out side mirrors. Very clean presence. I'm a big fan. For the interior, now for the 2024s, the Carbon Edition specifically comes out in the red leather. It is very comfortable, and then the center storage padding for my elbow feels great. I'm very comfortable in this. I can see myself doing a long road trip, no problem. The other thing I do like about hatchbacks is since they are hatchback, they'll have additional cargo storage just because of the hatch itself. And if you do need more storage, that 60-40 split really does help out. I know, if I ever do a road trip to the beach down here in South Padre Island in Texas here, I could just throw a couple of boogie boards, be perfectly fine. Don't have to worry about, crushing them or anything like that. Or maybe you're just packing a large TV or, some kind of random good that's going to need that additional storage there for you. Last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about the safety features. Mazda has done a great job putting the modern safety features all across each trim level, and that's great. So, your blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, smart radar cruise control, crash avoidance, standard all across the board. So I'm happy for that. And what's been upgraded, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the video, your wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and the wireless charging pad are a great touch. And finally see the upgraded to the wireless Apple CarPlay. I know a lot of people have been requesting it, and so happy that it's finally. I do like these little hatchbacks by Mazda. Of course, it's not a traditional hot hatch, but that's a different video entirely. Overall, I think this is a good pick. If you're looking for a nice little commuter car, you live in a big city, and you don't want to have a big clunky vehicle or a big clunky SUV. And that's it for this quick review on the 2024 Mazda 3 Hatchback Carbon Edition. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see more car review videos, hit that subscribe button. Once again, I do appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll catch you all in the next review.